From Beyond expansion spoilers today. I haven't made a spoilers video before. This will be fun. I'm really excited about this one. I know Kai's is a fan favorite for many. I always get so excited about the expansions. And last one was kind of cool and everything, but I didn't get like super hyped up about it. I don't know. I thought like there's some cool cards and everything, but like I don't know. None of the characters really made me like really spoke to me as like my style of play. And so I'm really excited to see what comes out of this one. Obviously, in any card game, I'm always really excited to see what the new cards are. Like in Magic, it's so pricey though to keep up with everything. So let's jump into this. We'll play some Ari Bard on ladder after this. So let's jump through. I'm not an expert. I'm not, a world master, grandmaster type player. We'll see just kind of more instant reactions, maybe for fun. See what cards might be good, how it might fit in the meta and stuff. So first up, we have Kaisa. So she's a 5-mana 4/4, but she comes in with quick attack already. So even though she's a little understated or whatever, right? She already has that quick attack keyword. And she has Evolve, which is, I'm pretty sure, you share ally keywords, right? So yeah, if you have the attack token, create a second skin in hand, which is grant allied Kaisas everywhere another ally's positive keywords. Okay, wait, no. So I'm not actually sure what Evolve is yet. Let me know, because I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, after that, she levels up. So she stays as a 4/4, but the Evolve keywords are annoying, right? It's going to make her kind of like a Pantheon or a Victor, right? Where she has all these cool keywords. And then when she attacks, deal 1 for each positive keyword I have to enemies or the enemy nexus, lowest health first. So that's really cool. That's kind of like another effect like the Korean Sump Orcos almost. Nice like board wipe almost. So that's pretty cool. I don't really think Shurima has too many AoE damage effects, does it? So that'll be pretty interesting. I like the style of like, I don't know, board based. Like it feels almost Demacian in like a board presence type character, right? Where it's like Shurima and stuff is sometimes it feels a little bit more quote unquote gimmicky with stuff like Sundisk or whatever, and like Telia Ziggs is more of like a big combo deck with your finishers and Overwhelm and stuff. So this will be interesting to see. Like, I think it's like a cool like combat based character. I'm interested in it. And then Kaisa's spell, Kaisa's supercharge, grant ally Overwhelm and Spell Shield at focus speed. That feels pretty cool. I think this is like a really strong card. So it's kind of turning like anything into your Ruin Runner, right? With Overwhelm and Spell Shield is really cool, especially with like Kaisa. If you for 0-mana focus, grant allied Kaisas everywhere another ally's positive keywords, right? So you could put your 3-mana Kaisa's supercharge, or just normal supercharge, onto some other unit to grant to Overwhelm and Spell Shield. Then cast your 0-mana second skin to give your Kaisa Overwhelm and Spell Shield, and she already has quick attack, right? That feels really cool. And it's like when I'm summoned around start, if you have the attack token, create a second skin. That's very similar to like Riven's Reforge mechanic, right? Okay, so let's move on. That's pretty cool package, I think. And then the Cathian Ring is the name of the ability. I think that's pretty cool. It feels a lot like Kaisa's in League of Legends, I think. Alright, the 1-drop, 1-mana 1/1, Evolve. While in hand, I have a random keyword that changes each round. When I'm summoned, create me this keyword. That seems pretty whatever. I don't think this is really much of a like fixture unit in any deck, really, other than Kaisa. It's kind of just like a way to get a keyword onto the battlefield, right? Like, whether your Voidling gets like Overwhelm, Quick Attack, Tough, it's never really going to matter, right? Like maybe with Elusive you could push an extra damage, but I don't really think there's anything that this is ever going to be like a threat on its own. It's more just a set of your Kaisa, I imagine. Then the 4-mana 4/4 Void Blaster already comes in with Overwhelm, so that's nice. And then has Evolve as well. That seems much nicer. I don't know if that's really going to be like, again, a fixture in any other deck. I don't really know how the Evolve mechanic fits into it, but it definitely seems like a really solid unit in the Kaisa decks. And then this one I'm really interested about. I thought this was Vel'Koz when I first saw the picture. I was like, oh wait, I thought they were only adding Gwen, Evelyn, and Kaisa, but no. So it's just Void Abomination. Oopsies. I'm messing things up. Okay, here we go. So yeah, that's an interesting one. 5/4 for 8 mana, way understated, but when I'm summoned, grant me all positive keywords allies have had this game. When I see an ally with a new positive keyword granted to me. So that seems kind of like another interesting like take on the arsenal almost, right? So a little bit less power down here, but you pretty much know what keywords he's going to get. That's really cool. Belvath the Elder, 2-mana 3/1, enters with Spell Shield. So that's a really cool way to set up like your Kaisa, right, with second skin and stuff. And I also think it's interesting on its own, right? At 1 health, it's kind of weak. So you probably can't get much use out of it in combat unless you hit stuff like a quick attack, right? But with the Spell Shield, it might be easy to set it up in an interesting way. 6-mana 3/3 Hive Herald, Evolve, play, grant a unit and me each other's positive keywords. That's pretty cool. Again, I need to know more about the Evolve mechanic. I'm not really sure how that works, but it seems kind of okay. Void Seeker, I actually really like this one. When I was saying this a second ago, I think this is pretty cool. I like these like conditional damage cards. Void Seeker, deal 1 to a follower for 1 mana at slow speed, or if you've evolved, deal 3 instead. So that's pretty cool. 1 mana 3 is a very good ratio for damage, right? A lot of the things we see are like, you know, for 3 damage, otherwise you might have something like Get Excited, where you have to discard a card and pay 3 mana, right? So it's really interesting. I think the overall Kai'Sa package looks like a lot of fun. And like I said, I don't really know what the evolve mechanic entails. Alright, so then Wild Class Ferocity, we're moving into other regions now. 6 mana Focus Speed, transform an allied follower into an Alpha Wild Claw. That's a fun card. I don't know if that's super great. Like, I don't know why you'd ever put this in a deck, really, I guess. Like, maybe for burst speed, kind of surprising an opponent. Sort of in a similar fashion to how you would summon a Sandstone Charger at burst from Action's Landmark card. But transform an allied follower into Alpha Wildclaw would be really funny onto an Omen Hawk, for example. I just don't know how good this card is, but it's certainly fun. Trifarian Training Pits. Whoa, this is pretty cool. Trifarian Training Pits Landmark. For 4 mana, each round the first time an ally with 5+ power attacks rally. That's really interesting. Is it better than the Trifarian... what's his name? Like the general dude, the 8 man who can become a 6 if you have Reputation? I think this might be better in a way, because I don't know, landmark removal just seems harder to get than creature removal, right? Like if you have your there are pros and cons obviously, but this is an interesting one. For only 4 mana is nice too, but it does mean, you know, you don't get that body that the other card does. Interesting. I think it's a really cool card though. Could definitely see some play. Like this would be really nice in some of like the Reputation decks, because just that extra pressure is so difficult to put on sometimes, right? Like he'll get 1 big attack, but if they can chump block and then do their own thing on their turn, you know, it takes a while to get it finished. But this could be, oopsies, sorry, there's construction going on across the street, so that'll be interesting to see. I think this is a good card. I don't know how much play it'll be, but I think it could like certainly be a niche, like interesting card, at least for the first few days. Lord Eldred Maidseeker Leader for Demacia. Tough, other allies you and your nexus have tough. 8/8. Okay, that's pretty cool. Nothing's fancy. I mean, like, very Demacian. Is it game winning though when you play him? I guess so. It's kind of like a permanent Ranger's Resolve. I don't know, not really exciting though. Kind of just cool. Very, very Demacian. Like Lysandra, but for Demacia now. This is what I think is really cool. Windswept Hillock, like a tutor for like Yasuo. When I'm summoned, draw Yasuo and stun the strongest enemy. When you gain the attack token, stun the strongest enemy. So that's pretty cool. I don't know how great it is, because it's like you stun 1 at the start of each turn for 5 mana. I don't know. That doesn't seem great, but I think it's nice. You get the Yasuo tutor, which is nice. I don't know. I think we'll see with that one. When you gain the attack token, stun the strongest enemy, could be nice, because it's very difficult for your opponent to play around then, right? Because it happens at the round switch, and yeah, yes, we'll strike it. So that's cool, but I think like there's a better stun packages otherwise, right? Like, wouldn't you rather play like the normal like Leona Daybreak package and then use like your Solari, Sunhawk, and your Yasuo Steel Tempest and stuff? I don't know. It could be interesting, and I think the art's super fun, which is always something I care about too much. Okay, Starhound Pack for Targon. 2/5 with Faded. My Faded buffs are granted to allied Starhound packs everywhere. What? That is so cool. I love that. It's kind of like a cuter version of the Legion Deserter. I like that. Right, when you play an ally, or 1 mana 0/1 Warded Husk that can't block with Spell Shield. When you play an ally, kill me. That's interesting. When you play an ally, kill me to grant it my stats and positive keywords. So I imagine that plays in with the Evolve package somehow. How would this get any other positive keywords besides Spell Shield and like a 0/1 +1 bonus? I guess like the other things. That's interesting. I don't think that one's very good. All right, that's interesting. I think the package is looking really cool. Obviously, there's like some of the first few spoilers. I think it's certainly gonna change up some archetypes in some important ways, and maybe add some more versatility where it's not necessarily going to be like meta-defining cards, but just like interesting text and like new ways to experiment and have some different takes on them. So that'll be fun to try out. I think Kai'Sa especially is looking kind of interesting. I don't know how many of the other cards are stable. Excuse me, I don't know how many of the other cards are like stables. Alright, for the first match we have the Mirror. Ari Bard. Whoa, this is looking pretty decent. I don't think we really care to recall here. We're not under threat of like any like damage, right? So we can just kind of do our thing with Bird and Ari. 200 disciplines could be nice. Oh, you know what? I should use the Ari autographed skins too. So I love this one actually a lot more, but when I first started playing Legends of Runeterra was about during the time during the KDA event. And I really wanted to get like the highest card sleeves that were in that event. Alright, do you have a droplet? You do have a droplet, but I have a bird. So hopefully we're going to be able to push for damage here without much retaliation. Start getting our Ari leveled up, we'll get some chimes. Actually hitting a chime on our Ari already, yeah, the turn 1, that feels good because we don't have any other units in our hand, so just start churning out the damage here. 6 damage representing on board. That'll be difficult for them to deal with. I don't think we ever not recall Bird. This is a lot of damage. Alright, 3 mana here.
There's always a way out.
Yeah, I think we're probably just gonna have to drop Bird here. We don't have any elusives yet, so we're just gonna take 3 damage on our own. But again, we can kind of just... Ooh. Yeah, we can kind of just jump in next turn with a good chunk of damage of our own. I guess this is kind of a race down match, right? When you're like in these weird, you know, dynamics of just ground-based Ari units, elusives. Very interesting. Wow, no unit still is really annoying actually. We might just have the Homecoming next turn, honestly. Our own Esmus feels good. He's huge as well. Yeah, this is looking tough. Okay, we're just gonna have to use Homecoming here somewhere, I imagine. What I'm thinking is just kill off the Esmus. Homecoming the Conspirator. Yeah, that seems about right. I don't think we can do too much else here. We're taking a ton of damage, so. How about this? That looks about good. Again, no units in hand, but I want to set up the open attack, so if we draw a unit, it'll be good, it'll be chimed. If not, we can open attack. Oh baby. Yeah, I think that's definitely worth it to play.
Care that the hunt does not consume you, Ari. The others seem to wish it so.
Stay safe. I'll take it from
Awkward. I think we just do this though, right?
Break the silence.
I mean, we could do this, because the Mourn is really big.
Will mourn you.
Yeah, that seems fine. Oh, wait, nope, I'm silly. I can just buck here so our Ari won't level up, that's right. That's fine though. Oh. Oh, I wonder why they did that. Can we kill them? Yeah, I think they went... Oops. I think they tapped out of mana in an odd way there. I don't think there's anything we can do for 1 mana. Nice, let's go. We were kind of just on the beatdown for that game. Very good. Very cool. Very good, very cool. You know, we mess it up sometimes. It's fine. Alright. I've been struggling a little bit lately. Going on like mini losing streaks. I was up to almost... I think I was in Diamond 1 for like just a game, and then I dropped all the way back down like halfway to Diamond 3. Halfway through Diamond 3. Another match against Starboard. Okay. I like it. Yeah, I'm not keeping any of that. That's not much better, actually. I'd really like a bird or a bard or something. Yeah, this seems really slow. You saw how we went last game with our like birds and Ari early was just able to generate us enough value to like put on the beatdown. This does not look like it's going to do that.
Nature does not mourn. I will.
I was really excited about the Ari expansion. That was definitely my favorite time in Runeterra since I've been playing. Whoa. This is like just as bad as I had last game. Okay, you got it. Turn 2 takes 6. Not bad. That's like insane, isn't it? Like that's worse than like a Noxus deck could put on. Okay. Take this 2-1. Oh, that's so bad. No! We're in trouble. I should have traded there probably. I really don't want to take this much damage, TBH. I think we just lose if we try to twin disciplines here. Do we ever win if we don't do anything? Well, golly, this feels really bad. I don't know. I don't think we can afford to lose Shadow Assassin. That's like a death waiting to happen. Because if they have their own twin, we just kind of get roasted.
Care that the hunt does not consume you, Ari. The others seem to wish it so. The order rewards its fate.
So, I don't know how we can win this. We have to try to go for an elusive game plan. Maybe an Ari? Okay. That's not going to do it, I don't think. Let's just play our Esmus out. And then our droplet, and then we can try to manipulate combat with the twin disciplines. Maybe if we can trade down the elusives, we can set up a nice attack with Cyanin on our next attack. But the thing is, they probably just have as many elusives just to replace their board as we do, right?
Cannot escape
You cannot escape.
the struggle.
I don't even know if I want to recall anything here. I think we recalled Esmus. I know we want to recall Droplet, but I really want to get rid of their board as much as possible. Oof, this is looking real tough. So we kind of are behind. Woo, baby. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. It's actually not bad. That could like straight up trade with the bard. And the sign is actually huge. That's so funny. I do think we save him for next turn though, if possible. Maybe we don't. Oh man, what do we do here? We tap out of too much mana, I think, if we play Cyanin right now. I think we want to wait until next turn.
The forest surrounds us. Night falls.
Okay. This is looking painful. Okay, let's just oopsies. 1 second. I'm going to commit this, and if they react with Twin Disciplines, then I'll do something.
You call that sneaky?
I really don't want to lose my Luvzevs. What if we just do this first? Then we lose to Nai. I actually want to recall this so we can get draw more than the chime. Yeah. That's whatever. I don't think we were winning anyways if we blocked. That's unfortunate. Our start was just really slow. I'm not too heartbroken about that one. Thralls. Okay, I hear this is a really good matchup, but I don't feel like I've played it very much. But that's not a bad start, is it? We will keep Twin Disciplines to protect our stuff. Not that we're actually going to use it in the first two turns or so, but stuff like... I don't even know if I actually play Avalanche. Sweet. Okay, that's good. That puts her out of Blighted Ravine range. And obviously, we already know how great 3/3 Ari is on turn 2. It's happened in both the past games. Sweet. Alright, now we can get some chimes on Highwaymen. I don't know if we'll ever be getting it big enough to block the Thralls, but we can try. We're out of mana at the moment to do anything. Don't think it really matters. Turn 2, they could play either Harbinger Thralls or another Thrall. I don't think that worries me too much. Do they even block here? I don't know if they're ever getting many better blocks, right? Like, maybe the theory could be, right now you're only blocking 3 damage. Maybe on a future turn you can block more from something else, but... I don't know. And I don't think we really care if they go wide on Thralls, right? Like, we could Homecoming something? Interesting. Oh, okay. I think we just go Elusives. Probably shouldn't. Actually, if I thought about it a little bit longer, I probably would have kept back the Droplet. Ooh. That's tempting. I don't know. I'm kind of playing into Avalanche / Ravine. Let's just pump up our Ari, I think. We need her to be the big finisher, I think. Okay, they really don't have many chump blockers left. We're going to be very careful about developing, though. Just going to play Bard this turn, I think. Because if they play a Blighted Ravine on their defensive or on their turn, it's really bad for us. We can play Bard and still have Deny, so that's good. I don't think we really even care about a Thrall at this point. If we can get our Bard leveled up, the Bard's Traveler Call would be huge. Oh, that's a bit annoying, actually. But that does give us the free time to develop our Droplet. Ari definitely won't be leveled. Okay. So what do we care about here then? That's one heck of a draw, holy smokes.
Sign it. Your arrival honors us all.
Do we have enough mana for Bard's spell? Oh my goodness. Can we just beat them here? Because I don't think they have enough for Buried in Ice. right? I think that's 9 mana or 8 mana? At least 8 mana. I'm not actually sure. But we have a ton of elusive damage here. They're gonna play their stupid Sands of Time. Okay. We can actually get in with this dude at least. Then we go like this. It's a lot of damage, but probably not enough. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11. Just a little bit. Yeah, Sands of Time, obviously. Bit annoying, but maybe we can live one more turn. If we find a homecoming, we can. Fortunately, we're actually burning a card. That really sucks. Wow. I think we lose. No, we don't. They only have 2 thralls. We're fine. Ah, they have 3 thralls. We're not fine. We have 2 twin disciplines, though. Please don't burn homecoming. Please don't burn homecoming. Okay, whatever. I don't care about Bard. I think we just play Shadow Assassin. Or no. What do we play here? Shadow Assassin. Sure. We need to be careful about Baron Ice again, so we're just going to have to develop here. What if we go here, here? Yeah, seems fine to me. I don't think we really care about either of them. Or would we rather just kill off the thrall? Probably. Okay, that's fine. Deny, that's huge. Lysandra? It's not very nice. So I think we can just develop the rest of our elusives and win? Obviously, unless they have like another... Oh, is that actually better? They're huge. Oof, that's tough. And none of our dudes... Ah, that sucks. So these 2 both die. That's really bad. Okay. So in that case, if they're dead anyways, what if we just play a bird? Because like they're dead. So what if we just get chimes to pump up the Mourned? I don't think that makes sense. I think we'd rather save the mana. Uh-huh. Nice. We can deny 2 things if we need to. This is a tight one. Ah, that's so brutal. I don't think we have enough. We have 3 birds. That's like such a dead draw. Dang. We're only pushing 3 extra damage here if we... What? This is so bad. Okay then. How do we win this? Imagine he's just gonna trade up the Tavern Keepers. You know what? That really sucks. They're gonna just kill us with Ice Shards next turn. And double Twin Disciplines won't even do it. Right? That's a shame. Man, double Tavern Keeper, holy smokes. We really need a homecoming. Wow, there we go, okay. So let's just drop a bird. And droplet for homecoming. Pass turn. Alright, so we're gonna have to deny either this turn's or next turn's ice shard again. Unless you can find a Ionian potion, the health potion, off of our Telstones. It's not good. It's really bad.
Let's put these rocks into motion. Silent as death.
Okay. I'm trying to feed my family. So we can go Twin Disciplines on this guy. Safety block, I guess. Doesn't really do much. Any homecoming. And we're below 9 mana. This is looking tough. This is looking real tough. Ice shard. We lose if they have a natural ice shard. They still have Blooded Ravine actually, that's pretty bad.
The world's heart beats with mine.
Are we even allowed to play our units? We have 2 elusives for next turn, worst case scenario. Well, Droplet's 0, so we can just recall him if we have to. Okay, 2 cards in hand that can do anything. We know look at the ice shard. 1, 2, so they'll have this and a draw. Wow, okay. Okay, here it is. Let's see. We only need R to hit once. We have 2 denies. Let's see if we got there. Yeah, we have to deny for 1. That's fine. Well, I imagine they only have 1 card because they would have played this last turn if they could have used it. And we can deny this. Oh. No! Gosh, that sucks. I don't think there's anything we can do about that, right? We just lose next turn to literally everything. Overwhelm, Talia, Ice Shard. Ah, okay. Well, GG's. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm excited about the new expansion coming and everything. Some close games on R-Bar too. That's always fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.